What's up, RC addicts out there? It is Team RC, and we're gonna do part 5 of the build of the Trio Finder 2. So we're at the axles and leaf springs. So I did the front. I'm gonna put all the leaf springs because once you put a lot of weight on the truck, it's gonna go down. So I want to have stiff leaf springs so to see how it works. But after I could take off maybe the last one or something like that. I'll see. I know a lot of people just put the one leaf spring, the big one, and they like it, but I would want to have more realistic, put all the leaf springs on. So I started the back, or the rear, per one, and I'm going to show you how to put the next one. So we're going to need the two 6mm screws, button heads. Then we're going to take our leaf spring, take our screw, pass it through the last hole, and find it on the second one, so the medium one. Sometimes they can't fit, so you have to put it under pressure, so don't worry. It's not that it's not fitting, it's gonna fit. And then the little one right also here. So it should look something like that. All the leaf springs here, as you see. Open them up like that. Now we're gonna take our axle housing and put it at the last. Here. We're gonna screw it in right here. Screw it in here into the axle housing with our 6mm screw. Not too hard, so we could still move it a bit. And put our other screw in. Okay, so there we go. And we're gonna screw it in right now. So just have to work it. When it stops, you stop. Okay, so we're done that. I'll be back in a minute. I'll just prepare everything for the next step. I don't want to do it in front of a camera. Yeah, so I'm back. Oh, sorry, get the camera right there. We're gonna take our 15mm step screws, and we're gonna mount on our leaf springs onto the chassis with our axle housing, all our axles. Oh, why am I closing the bag? We're gonna need some bolts also. Drop 2 down of them. Just on the side here. Need this, and for this one I think we're gonna be needing this one here. If I'm sure it's this one. Just see. Yeah, these ones are a bit bigger, so I'm gonna start with the front. This is how it's supposed to be, so our knuckle head, where the parts point out, as you see, has to be towards the front, so we're gonna insert them like so. Don't insert them in the shackles that move. Insert them in the shackles that are still. It's gonna be easier. It's a bit hard to insert it, but there we go. Almost there we go. Oh, there we go, even made through more. I'm just gonna take our bolt here, knot. Let's put it in. Okay. I'm sure it's this one. Yeah. And we're gonna just screw it in. Okay. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do the rear off camera. Make it go a bit faster for you guys. It's really difficult. Make sure, yeah, interior has to be the bolt, so I'm doing it right. Okay. Now, this guy over here could go through. Same thing, put the knot, bolt, whatever you want to call it. Hold it down and flip the car here and put it in. So, just finish. Okay, so I'll be back in a minute. I'll just do the rear for you guys, and I'll be back. So I'm back, just finished. Did the rear and did one of the front. So now we're going to do the other front. I'm going to flip the truck around. These ones are a bit easier, and we're gonna put our screw from the outside. So we're gonna put the screw into the inside. Just move these shackles till they make it. Take your bolt and put it on the set screw we got on. Okay, we're gonna take our little wrench here and a screwdriver. Gonna turn it. Oh, yeah, harder now. Just showing you guys until you see when I turn, my key turns. So that's enough. So I want the back bending in the back there. Okay. And one last checkup for this one. I'm gonna be using my wrong hand, so these hands are weaker at this. Okay. I could check it. Now we could flip this around, and this is how it's gonna be, and we could. Front suspension is so light suspension, and back is big. See? But then once we put the shock, it's gonna be good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the front. We're just gonna move up here. Change my instructions over here. And right now what we're gonna do is the front bumper. Well, things to hold it up. So we're gonna take the one that's the most bent, so number 3, if you remember, and push it in. We're gonna change our tip, put in the original one in, and we're gonna take our 6mm counter sunk head screws, so flatheads. They actually don't give you extra. Oh, no, man, they do. I think they do. Cause there's one extra in the bag, so I don't know if they're gonna use it on one little screw, but I don't know. Well, they're gonna use it. So, oops. Gonna pick it up, so our leaf springs loosen up again, and we could screw it in here. Is it going? Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna pause the camera and do it off camera because basically I'll just pause it for a second. So something like that hard. Now we're gonna do the other side over here. Do the same thing, pick it up, loosen up our shackle and our leaf springs. Okay, so I'll be back. I'll just prepare for the next step, and yeah.